Hello guys, today I would like to share with you all the mistakes that I've made as I was learning software development. And those mistakes also took me time, they delayed my studying process. So I wish I had known it before. I could have learned so faster. Here are some of the mistakes that I would like to show you. Uh, the first is that um, I joined the dev community so late. Me joining the dev community, I didn't join it earlier. So, in a dev community is where you find more software developers that you can communicate to. You can share with the ideas. If you have a certain problem, you can be helped from that community. In that similar community, you find more people that are running through the same situation as yours. So you keep giving each selves ideas and you stay motivated within a community. So another thing is that I didn't manage my time correctly as I was studying. In fact, um, my time, even solving bugs, I could take more time solving bugs on my own. I faced so many challenges as I was fixing problems, not knowing that a certain problem that I come across, there is always a solution for it. I didn't care about Googling. In fact, for every bug that you face in programming, there is already someone who has ever come across a similar error that you're currently facing. So the best alternative is that you'll need to do a Google search. Once you do a Google search, you'll definitely find many people giving a solution to the similar error that you're currently facing. So another thing is that copying and pasting, copying directly from the solution that I've found um, and copying it directly to my computer. It also was a problem on my side uh, because I was rushing. I just copy and paste within the application. I just find myself that code has worked, but I don't know how. How was it? How has it worked? I just find myself that it has worked, but I can't tell how it was fixed. Another thing is that I took time. I didn't test my code in time. In fact, testing, doing your work as you do a test. You test for the code. You see how it works. Does it have a bug or it has no certain bugs? It also took me some time. I could write many lines of code without even doing a test. So at the end, I could run into many bugs. I just found it later that I should run each line of code with a test. If you're using VS Code, it's better you put in autosave. It also saves some time. It saves whatever code you write, it automatically saves and being displayed on your browser to see that how it has worked. So another thing is that you should do a console for any line of code that you do that for whatever you code. Do a console and find whether there are no bugs. So another thing is that uh, I uh, I took some time. I started learning designing software. In other words, a designing library too late. At first, I thought that learning Bootstrap could keep me weak, could keep me behind, because everything in Bootstrap is being worked on. So I thought that if I learn Bootstrap, it will make me weak. But not knowing that Bootstrap simplifies work, even saves you some time. Learning a designing software library, it helps to save time, even for those learning backend. Those libraries help to make designs on your behalf, in to so that you can see how things work. And there is another library that which is Figma. Figma is so good if you wish to learn Figma, because you just draw and then copy for the code. It saves time for more people. So another thing is that uh, not seeking for help was also another problem on my side. I could run things on my own. I could try fixing things on my own. If it fails, uh, uh, I feel like uh, I face headache. I'm trying to fix things on my own without seeking for help from other people or other platforms, like communities. In other words, also Googling helps to fix things for you. Um, that that also wasted much time on my behalf. If I knew this before, it could save me more time. So another thing is that applying for a job late. I started applying for job so late. And others, I found that I could qualify for jobs, but I was not believing in myself that, in other words, I'm ready to apply for a job. I started it late, but I wish I had done it before. You always get opportunities if you do things quickly. You may get opportunities and start working. So another things that um, watching tutorials, watching videos that teach me programming while I was not even applying for what is being taught. Um, in fact, it's important that whatever you see, whatever you're being taught, it's better you fix sometime. Take something like 2 hours while learning, and then you spend some hours trying to do similar projects about what you have learned. So that could help you to learn so quickly and start remembering things so quickly. Another thing is that I thought I could remember each and everything. I thought I could remember whatever I have learned. Uh, but in other words, what I could have done is that learning the resources. Where do I find such a resource? Where do I find such something that if I'm in need of it, where do I find it? I tried learning each and everything, uh, which is not which is not something so easy. Even software developers, the best software developers, cannot remember each and everything they learned. Even the best do remember only 10% of the programming languages they work on. But what makes them best software developers, even though they can't remember each and everything, is that uh, they do they do they try to they try to learn they try to learn the resources where they can find those resources in case they need them. they try to learn how to find for solutions. So try to learn for the tools, resources whenever you need them. So another thing is that uh, thinking that I could learn each and everything at once. You find that if you're absolutely new, you'll need to learn HTML, then you need to learn CSS, then you need to start JavaScript at the same time, and then you need to go for React in that short period of time, which is not something so easy. It's better you first work on one thing or two. Yeah, you can work on HTML and CSS, learn and uh, try try learning programming fundamentals for beginners. Try some CS fundamentals, in other words, computer science fundamentals to learn the basics. Do some projects to add on your resume. Then try learning each by each. If you find that you have learned HTML and CSS and you have grabbed some knowledge, then go and add in some JavaScript or Python depending on the category of programming languages that you're willing to take. So after that, go ahead and do projects in JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you find that you have learned something, then you can proceed and go for a JavaScript library such as React. If you know that you have learned some fundamentals and basics of JavaScript and try to do some simple projects, then you can proceed on and add in a JavaScript library such as React that helps you to build user interfaces. You can start building single page applications. You can start uh, building those single page applications and try to see that you have learned something in it. Then later on, you can go on and add in React Router, which will help you to navigate to different pages on a website. That will help you to go on improving on your knowledge of software development. So that's all that I wanted to share with you. That's all that I would like to share with you guys. Hope if you're new here, just hit that like button. And another thing is that subscribe and hit the notification button.